Hey everyone, Rod the Tool Guy here. Today we're going to kind of demo out our 12026 ATF Refill Kit. We'll talk about a few things with it first. It's great, easy to use. You can see our other video describes it, good detail. Couple of things. One, it can do an above fill for a transmission, no problem. And it's very clean and efficient that way, which you'll see in this demo. Also, I want to briefly touch on one, using the right fluid, because if you use the wrong fluid in your transmission, you're going to take it out. And it doesn't take very long, because there are so many different things going on out there now with these CVT transmissions and things like that. Really have to be careful about the kind of fluid you're using and the proper amount. And when you're servicing on the underneath refills, a lot of it is done with temperature, and we're going to talk about that. And sometimes it's just hard to find what quantity you're using. So one of the things that I do with our guys is I went out and I got some buckets, and as you can see, they're graduated. So when they're emptying out underneath on those kind of transmissions, they get the opportunity to see how much they're taking out. So that gives them a really good start about how much is going to go back in before they get to the temperature and checking the fill. Because as you know, there's two plugs. You take the one big plug out and it drains out, put it together. There's a little plug on the inside of that plug. You take it out, there's a little standpipe in there, and at a certain temperature it's supposed to drip out of that tube. So when you don't have a scan tool to watch the temperature of the transmission, that becomes an issue. So to get yourself pretty darn close, you can use an infrared style thermometer and use taking the temperature off the bottom of the pan. Now you got to be reasonable about this. If you're outside and it's 20 below, that's probably not going to be very close to accurate of what the internal temperature is. But within reason, you're in your garage or whatever, you can get really close with this so that you're getting a proper fill. Whatever the temperature is, let's say 167 degrees, and it's supposed to be dripping out at that point, you know you're pretty good to go. This will really get you in the ballpark. So that would be a suggestion to help take care of those problems, because not everybody's got a scan tool on hand. So I think with that being said, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and charge this thing up with the proper fluid for the truck here. And I'll show you the adapter I'm going to use to do the above fill. It really helps, like with this one, you'll see that the fill tube is way in the back. You're dealing with a funnel and you're trying to fill out of a container, and you get a lot of spillage. Then you got to pull the funnel out and keep the dripping from happening, and rechecking with your dipstick to make sure you got the proper level. And you still got to check with the dipstick, but you're not going to have to deal with the funnel and all that like you did. It's going to be pretty simple with the way this valve works on this thing and the adapter we can put on here for the fill. So I think at this point we'll go ahead and fill this thing up and charge it up, show you how to pressure it up, and put the adapter on it and go to work. Go ahead and remove our pump here and put a funnel in using the appropriate transmission fluid. Go ahead and charge it up. And it is 6 liters that it can hold, so you can get quite a bit of fluid in here. Come over to your 20-piece adapter kit. Lots of adapters in here. And for a fill like this, I'll go ahead and use this guy because I can slide it down the tube. So here's your smooth end that goes down inside your locking collar. Go ahead and tighten it down good and firm. You see it won't come out that way. Make sure your handle is in the off position, and now we'll go ahead and pressure it up. As you can see, the bottom's constructed very nicely to be able to put a foot on there to stabilize it, and you can go ahead and start pumping it up. So you can go ahead and remove your dipstick. Your fluid's been drained out. And now you take your end, go ahead and insert it down the tube, As you can see, this is much easier than trying to deal with a funnel and a separate container and all that. And you just go ahead and open up your valve, and there goes the fluid down into the transmission and filling it up. One of the things I truly do like about this fact is this spring inside this hose keeps this thing from kinking, and it stays flexible. I've dealt with various units that they have a different kind of hose on and it gets stiff, it's just terrible, or it kinks. Not this one. This thing is really nicely designed. I think you'll be very happy with it. It's going to bring you a long time of service, and it's a very versatile tool. So I think you'll enjoy it. Be safe out there, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.